look at the official documents of early Soviet presence, something that I did for my doctoral dissertation, Soviet bureaucracy differentiated between two groups of officials. In Tajikistan, for example, or in other parts of Central Asia, they were divided into Europeans and Muslims. So, and who was European? Anyone who was considered as white was European, so like Ukrainians or Jewish people, but even Azerbaijanis and Georgians were classified as Europeans. And you can imagine like why Soviet officials would be kind of европейский работник, like why would they be suddenly Europeans? And they had this identity of we are bringing Europe to Asia. So it was a very colonial and imperial Soviet discourse. But the local people were not Asians, they were Muslims, because Soviet officials, like people from Tbilisi or from Moscow, didn't differentiate very often who was Uzbek, who was Kazakh, and all of these identities were fluid anyways, and kind of people didn't call themselves Uzbeks anyways. Local identities were much more complicated. People called themselves Samarkandis or Bukharis. You know, Uzbekistan didn't was created during the Soviet times. So they were simply Muslims, the local people, not us, the others. You know, Muslims stood for the others. And so the construction of all of these identities took place during Soviet times, but it doesn't mean that there was nothing before. There were strong polities with their strong identities and their strong understanding of who they are and what they want.